Oh my god.
Where the hell do I even begin with this, bruh? No, just no, no. What in God's name did I actually watch last night, my boy? 26-21. We was in for a good game 7, dog. Oh man, this is about to be a go back and forth. All right, Nuggets up 10. I didn't think much of it, and then that 2-3 zone kicked in. Mikey Malone's buddy David Adelman, I should say, committed to that 2-3 zone, and it broke the Clippers offensive rhythm, and they got nothing going. But what the heck was that, bro? What the heck? Like, I don't even know what to say, dog. Like, that's just a disgrace, man. Like, there's so much I want to say. But first of all, let me just safely say that the Clippers, they're geese cooked, man. There's no coming back. There's no coming back from this. Y'all had a chance to go up 3-1. I even had you guys going up 3-1 in the series, but you guys blew it on an Aaron Gordon buzzer beater. That was the first part. Okay, you bounce back with a Game 6 win. Okay, fine. Game 7. I don't know, bro. Kawhi Leonard was on pace to have 40 points, but because his teammates was getting their asses smacked by Denver in the third quarter, where they went on that big 17-0 run, which blew the game open, and the doors for the Clippers got blown off them. Kawhi, look, for some context, y'all, Kawhi would have had 40, and they still would have lost because of how Denver's others played well. The Clippers others didn't play well. Let me talk about James Harden real quick. James, bro. This entire season, I've had a newfound respect for James Harden. I took his game for granted throughout the years. And that's because, he had performances like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, last year I gave him some grace. He had 16-13 fine. That game was more so on Paul George more than anyone. Game 7 against the Celtics. Okay, fine. He played bad, but at the same time, when you have an MVP and Joel Embiid at the time, you at least had to make a statement game. Win, lose, or draw. You were going to go out there and make a statement. So, okay, fine. James Harden in Houston. Okay, maybe he was fatigued and all that other stuff. But this time around, man. Oh, my gosh. The dude didn't even choke. Well, he did choke, but it's just like, I would only consider it a choke if he went 2 of 18. The dude didn't even want any parts of a shot after the first half. After the first freaking half, bruh. That motherfucker James Harden did not want any part of that basketball. And whenever he got the basketball, this is why I didn't like about him when he was in Houston. This was what Kobe was talking about when he said James's play style was not going to win them a chip. Dribble, 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 dribble. Shot clock. 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pass it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bad shot out of 3. I don't even know what to say, bruh. Because the Clippers actually had a really good year. But there's a reason why I did not want to anoint this team as a contender. And it's not just this game, but it's just like in years past, I've seen good Clipper teams that were not going to go far. Yes, this was much better than than outside that 1 year with Paul George, where him, Reggie Jackson, Marcus Morris, and Terrence Mann went to the conference finals. I have video on that in season 1 of series recap. You can go look at that timeline. It's titled "The Clippers Earned My Respect" back then, and they earned my respect. As a basketball fan, because yeah, they would have made the finals if Kawhi was healthy that year. But this just goes to show you that was their only chance, their only realistic chance to get to the finals. AD gets hurt, Jamal got hurt, and then they were able to face the Phoenix Suns. They were going to get out that series with Kawhi Leonard healthy, and they probably would have faced the Bucks and the Nets, and they probably would have won it all. But that even goes to show y'all, man, that was the only series, the only time where I genuinely thought the Clippers were going to win the championship. especially after the Lakers got outed in the first round as the defending champs. But Kawhi gets hurt. Clippers can't have anything. Never have. Never will. Never have. Never will. And I hope. Oh man, I'm just so here talking about this team because it's just like they ain't even my team, dog. But it's just like there was a part of me that did want to root for them. Because it's just like, this is a good team. They have potential. The problem there is that uh, it's performances like Game 7 where it's just like, this is why I pushed back on, this is why I really wasn't all that sold on the Clippers, even throughout the years, bro. Kawhi Leonard played like an MVP. The first 6 games, even the games they lost, Kawhi played like an MVP. He played like he deserved some nominations for that MVP award. Game 7 could have been the same thing if his others showed up to help him. He was the only one that showed up. And then they got the doors blown off them. Norman Powell picked the worst time to go cold, and that's another guy I want to talk about. Norman Powell, I love Norman, man. Like, he's a baller. I love what Norm did with the Clippers this year, and I think had he stayed healthy enough, Norm would have won Most Improved Player, and I was actually rooting for Norman to win Most Improved Player. Look at the stats. I mean, he averaged 22 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and let me see his shooting splits. Because right now, okay, the Indiana-Cleveland game is going on. I'm probably not gonna do playoff. I may do a playoff preview episode, but honestly, it's kind of pointless at this point. But yeah, Norman Powell averaged 22 points a game. 42% from 3, 48% from the field, 80 from the free throw line. Okay, fine. Game, and then this past series against Denver, Norm was on and off this series, but I thought he played well enough to he played decent enough the 3 of the 7 games. Game 3 against Denver, Game 4 against Denver where they lost, and then Game 5 against Denver, or Game 6 against Denver, excuse me. And then the losses, Norman was just absolutely terrible. And the only game that he was absolutely terrible and they got away with it was Game 2, where they won 105-102. And part of me wanted to pick the Clippers for this game because I banked in on the fact that, look, if Dame, CJ McCollum, Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert can all go into Denver and beat Denver in a Game 7, I mean, I couldn't see a reason why there wasn't a reason why I couldn't see Kawhi Leonard doing it. But they didn't. So hats off to Denver. They are a better team than we thought. They are a better team. And they played better. So, I want to talk about Ty Lue as well. Ty Lue, man, this series doesn't necessarily change how I feel about him as a head coach because he is a guy I do want to play. I would want to play for if I was in the NBA. Ty Lue, I believe, is a good coach, but he had a bad coaching series this time around. I can't tell a lie, and I feel like we're gonna see the same thing with Steve Kerr. I would love to play for Steve Kerr and the Warriors, but the problem is that, and let me go on a side tangent and talk about the Rockets Warriors series real quick, and I'm probably gonna follow it up with my next series recap episode, capping off the Rockets and the Warriors. Dude, you know Ime is going to go big with Şengün and Abs. Could you not have put Quentin Post with Kevon Looney or Trace Jackson Davis instead of playing Draymond and Post together? Or you have Jimmy and Draymond at the 4 and 5? That's a mismatch. I don't care how good they are defensively if they're a consistent mismatch for those guys. And the same thing here. I was not a fan of him, and Dreamers Pro pointed out too in his live, I was not a fan of Ty Lue putting in Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn, he's an energetic defender. He has a Patrick Beverley vibe to him, except he's less brash. But it's just like the problem with Dunn is that he's undersized, and he hasn't played in high-stakes playoff games like this before. Yeah, he's been in the playoffs with Atlanta, but that was just more so sheer garbage time points. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't even matter. But you're putting in Chris Dunn as a pivotal rotational player over, let's say, someone like Amir Coffey, which I thought he got robbed of some playing time in this series. I know you have Bogdanovich, who is was pretty good, but I think with the Clippers, I don't know what Bogey's stats is with the the LA Clippers since they traded Terrence Mann for him. But I can already tell you that he finished the season averaging a career low 10.8 points. Okay, here, let me look at Bogey's stats real quick for the Clippers, because he was another guy that dude is so inconsistent. He's like the Serbian Tim Hardaway Jr. And I talked about Tim Jr.'s struggles Tim Jr.'s not struggles, more so his inconsistencies with the Detroit Pistons in the 6 games he played. So when it comes to Bogey averaged six points this series, 29% from 3. 1 of 5 from 3 in the game that mattered most. Yeah, he had 12 points, but it's just like, if that's all you have to help out Kawhi, then goddamn, what's even the point at that point, bro? What the hell is the point? Like, come on. And it's definitely a drop off on what Bogey did with the Clippers. 43% from 3, so he was hitting his threes. This series he dropped off to 29%, which it begs the question. I was actually thinking to myself, why couldn't you trade Terrence Mann for DeAndre Hunter, who's doing yeoman's work off the Cleveland Cavaliers bench, and they're playing right now against the Pacers? I don't get it, bro. I do not get it at all. Some of Ty Lue's coaching adjustments, I probably would have sat Bogey for this series to play Amir Coffey because he's young, he's athletic, he's a good forward who can play defense and hit threes. And you say Bogey for the Oklahoma City series, or possibly the series against, I don't know, whoever comes out with the Timberwolves, the Warriors, or the Houston Rockets, because between those three, two out of those 3 teams are going to play each other in the next round. So it was a lot of coaching criminality for T. Lue, and it was just absolutely terrible. It was absolutely heartless. In Game 7, it was after the first quarter, bro. It was like what I saw with the Lakers in Game 5 versus Minnesota. Give credit to Denver. They took them out of their rhythm, yes. But the Clippers played half-assed. They did not even... They treated it like it was a goddamn regular season game, dog. Like, it was my problem with the Lakers in that Game 5 this past, Monday? And then yesterday, Game 7, this was supposed to be one of the more hyped-up Game 7s ever. This was a great series. But you capped it off with a stinker of a Game 7. If this final score was like 111, 120, that would have been a lot more respectable than that garbage I saw last night. And as far as where the Clippers go from here, they have nowhere to go. They're cooked. They have first round pick. Maybe they're not Suns level cooked, because that's a whole nother type of cooked. But Kawhi's getting older, man. And James Harden, he may opt out and be a free agent, and he may sign somewhere else. That's just me. But, I was so disappointed in James Harden last night, man, because I have a newfound respect for him, and that doesn't mean what Kobe Bryant said was wrong about James Harden, how his play style does not equate to winning championships. It doesn't mean Kobe was wrong by any means, but it's just like I can't take for granted that Harden was able to take a back seat the year that he got traded to Brooklyn, and then obviously I gave him a pass because he was injured with that hamstring, and he took a backseat to Joel Embiid and later on Tyrese Maxey. Last year with Paul George and Kawhi, and then Russ had to be a backseat passenger to James Harden, who was already in the backseat. But it's just like, even with that, bro, this was just a god dang shame. Man, and shout out Steve Ballmer, man. Shout out Steve Ballmer, though, man. Like, he flew out 120 of the Clipper, the wall full from that Clipper wall that we see at Intuit Dome. He took 120 plus fans in there, and he paid for their tickets and their travel and everything. So that's a man of the people right there. Shout out Steve Ballmer for that. That's a real one. But it wasn't enough. It was not enough. So Clippers, you bozos are sorry, man. You guys are sorry. Sorry. And the Nuggets own all of freaking Los Angeles, and it kind of makes me sick on the inside that this Clipper team, for as well as they played, they still couldn't get it done against Joker and Jamal, man. It makes me sick that the Nuggets are. I'm gonna have to hear from Nuggets fans saying, "Oh, we own LA. We own LA." It makes me sick. But enough about this abomination of a franchise, these no good poop stains of a team. Let me talk about the Nuggets Thunder series. I think this is going to go a quick 5 games because, first of all, this series was taxing to both teams. Obviously, the Clippers were at the worst end of the stick because they got blown out, obviously. But it's just like I don't think Denver has a chance. I genuinely don't. They might have a chance for like one game, but I think that'll be it because Oklahoma City has everything going for them. They have youth, athleticism, energy. I'm not saying Denver doesn't because they still have like Christian Brown and other guys coming off the bench like Peyton Watson. But even with that, bro, even with that, it was just, absolute. I think SGA wins the MVP. And again, I think his team comes out the series because Oklahoma City is playing at a different level. Obviously, in game 1, I do expect OKC to come out rusty, with all that time off. I kind of expect, Oklahoma to, try to ease into the game. Obviously, Mark Dagnall wants them to play at a fast pace, but I think the strategy for Oklahoma City to beat Joker and the Denver Nuggets, OKC is going to try to wear him down. Wear him down offensively. Wear him down on both sides of the ball because you could use that. You have that speed in you to your advantage. That's how the Timberwolves were able to win against Joker last year. The Timberwolves made him work. Obviously, the Clippers tried making him work, but it's just like Ty Lue said, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you try to double team him, he's gonna find the open guy. If you don't double team him, he's gonna score. So, but I do think the way you could beat the Joker is just wear him down, and to an extent wear Jamal down too. Make Jamal work on defense, because that is the way, and I think that is, yeah, I think that is the way that Oklahoma City will beat this Denver Nugget team, and I have this series going 5 games in Oklahoma City's favor. And it's going to be bittersweet for OKC fans because I know y'all still love Russ out there. If you're an Oklahoma City fan watching this video, I know y'all love Russ, and I know y'all love what he did for the franchise for 11 years. He's going back to the house that him, and then obviously guys like KD, Serge Ibaka, a bit of James Harden, even though they traded James to Houston, like I just said when ranting about the Clippers. What was I going to say? Who else? Kendrick Perkins, Reggie Jackson, who was a part of that. Reggie Jackson, before we knew him as Playoff Reggie with the Clippers. And who else? Paul George. It was the house that those guys built. I know they don't call it Chesapeake Energy Arena anymore. I will still call it Chesapeake. I don't care. It's like Staples Center. I'm not going to call that crap Crypto.com. I'm going to call that Chesapeake Energy Arena. I don't give a damn about no Paycom Center. Chesapeake Energy Arena. That's the house that Russ, KD, and the rest of those aforementioned guys built. So, but it'll be bittersweet. But again, I think this will go a quick 5 games. I do have Denver winning 1. Either they take games 1 or 2 in Oklahoma City, or games 3 or 4 in their building. It's going to be one of those 4 games, obviously. But I don't know, man. This was probably a disappointing ending to what was probably my favorite series outside of the Knicks Pistons series. I was disappointed that series didn't even go to a game 7. But shout out Denver, man. Like I underestimated y'all. I overestimated the Clippers. But again, I was harping more so back to Denver just kicking my team's ass the last 2 years. Jamal Murray hitting game winners over AD, Jokic hitting shots over AD and LeBron. Like it was like I said, the fact that the Nuggets own all of LA after all these years, bro. 3 years in a row, they beat an LA team in the playoffs. 2023 against the Lakers, wiped us out in the conference finals. Last year, wiped us out in the first round. This year, the Clippers got 2 more games to us against this team, and they still managed to lose in a game 7. So the fact that the Nuggets just officially, they're like Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, they could be the mayor and co-mayor of LA in basketball terms. It kind of makes me sick on the inside, but you know what? It is what it is. Clippers, you're done. Get off my screen. Nuggets. I will see you guys in Cancun after a week and a half by now because I think y'all getting sent home by Oklahoma City in 5 games. So I wanted to get on here real quick. I was gonna do it last night, but I was super super tired. And I was talking to one of my close friends throughout the years. Shout to her if you're watching this. But oh man, this was just bad, bro. Clippers are cooked. Nuggets, they might get cooked in 5 quick games, but we will see. All right, next episode for series recap, I'm going to be talking about the Warriors and the Rockets, and that'll wrap up round 1 of series recap, and then it's on to round 2. It is on to round 2, and then after that, we're going to the conference finals, and then doing the NBA finals. Yeah, we're in for a good slate, boys and girls. So yeah, tune into that. So until then, that's the end of this video. I'm X. Deuces. Clippers, you guys suck.